Dayanidhi Maran, many thanks for joining us on CNBC TV 18. Let me ask you about your second stint in the capital in New Delhi. The first as the high-profile IT and Telecom Minister, and now as the Textile Minister. That was as new economy as it can get, and this is as old economy as it can get. So very, very different ballgame.
I should say that both are equally challenging. In fact, that the telecom was more a sunrise when I had taken over. But this one I'm saying is quite it's got a legacy of 200 years, and we have been doing well. But at this time when I've taken over, I realized that it's a challenging time for the Indian textile industry. They're going tough times, and everyone is shaken. So because from last September, the industry has not been getting good news. So I think is that when I look forward, I say it's time for some challenges, and we have to take it. And the industry seems to be united at this moment when they are in troubled times. So let's see how the future looks for us.
You talked about challenging times, and textiles have been particularly severely hit on account of the global economic downturn. But the sense that we got speaking with ministry officials in the commerce industry a couple of months ago seemed to suggest a slight pickup or a tame turnaround. What are the indications that you're getting at this point in time? Are you sure that you will be able to achieve the 7 to 8% growth that you have set out for the textile industry for this fiscal?
See, Shereen, I think everyone wants to be optimistic here. Even I want to be optimistic. But the bad news is that from last September, the exports has been suffering. This is basically because of factors which cannot be controlled by us. It's because of the US market slowing down. It's because of the European market slowing down. Totally I can say that because I know that when my friends there from US say that you can go walk into any mall and get a shirt for 60 to 70% discount, but still there's no one to pick it. So that's the kind of economy slowdown US is suffering. So basically this has a tremendous impact in the exports, and we feel that the reports we have got is there's nearly 10% minus.
Okay.
It's a negative of 10% for the export. Whereas if we take the domestic consumption, it's stagnant. There's no growth. We are continuing. The figures seem to be in line with what it was there for last year. So
the previous stimulus packages, because there were certain measures announced for the textile sector in specific, have they had any impact? What is the sense that you're getting on the ground?
Basically, after the whole impact, stimulus package started from 2004 when the quota system was removed.
I'm talking about the recent stimulus packages.
Yeah. And then after, there was stimulus package was there for them, but at this moment you can give any stimulus to the exporters. Someone should place the orders. When there's no one to place the orders on your thing, how do you expect that your stimulus package will make them sell? See, today, if you really look at this, we are waiting for the month of September, when we know that what orders are going to be placed. Because this is when the booking starts for all the apparel exports to take place. At this moment, see, we are closely watching the industry, but there doesn't seem to be positive signs as yet.
No positive signs as yet.
Yes, yet. We are closely monitoring, and we feel that if this repeats, then we really have to look at something else. And that's the reason when I spoke to the industry, I said, let's start looking east. Because we seem to have the Japanese market and the Australian market which is not untapped. And basically, if you see, the recession has not affected the east as much as it affected the west. So in fact, the best way to export is that try to take them, showcase India, made in India, and strategically, Japanese do favor India over China. They prefer that made in India label for a garment is much better, much more welcomed compared to made in China.
Okay, I'm going to get details from you on this look east policy that you're talking about as far as the textile sector is concerned, but you spoke about how the stimulus package in that sense really hasn't had much of an impact, and that's largely on account of what is happening globally. In that context then, are you going to be pushing for more fiscal relief in the budget? Because that's what you spoke about when you took office, that you will ask the government for more fiscal relief for the textile sector.
Yes, definitely. We have made a lot of noise in this request when we met the finance minister. Because more than me, when I met the finance minister, the first question he threw at me is that, Mr. Maran, we need to get 78%. What are we going to do? So that was the first question he asked me. So I said that this is what the industry wants. So basically, the same question I asked is, we give this, will we get this growth? See, today, what
have you asked for, sir? What have you asked for? Because I know what industry wants, but what has the ministry put forward in its final consultation with the Finance Ministry in terms of the Textile Ministry's budget wish list?
Shereen, I think you know the system. How can I
give us an indication? Okay, let me put to you what the industries actually asked for. The Industries Act asked
you're
for...
trying to do the elimination game. So let me, okay, I'll make it your job easier. Do understand that as a short-term measure, we need some tax incentives, tax for duty drawbacks for the industry. And also a lot of incentives they are looking forward to progress. I've made some issue. I've mentioned to the Finance Minister. Finance Minister seems to be positive.
Okay.
And as you and as everyone, I'm waiting for the 6th of July for us to find out what we can get.
So you've made a case for hiking the drawback rate, sir?
I reflected all the demands of the industry. Let me put it. I've reflected all the demands. Come on, Shereen, don't do this.
Okay, I won't ask you on specifics, but you're getting a positive response at this point from the Finance Minister in terms of the wish list that you presented?
Yes, definitely, because the government is aware that this industry is suffering, because this is the industry's largest employer. So basically, we also have to ensure that after agriculture, this can employ a lot of people here. And already we feel that if there's any setback in this, it's going to affect the country as much, like will affect agriculture.
Okay.
So basically we feel that yes, we are aware and we are taking the steps. And my step is that not only this is the short-term measures, but will this solve the crisis? No. I'm being very candid here, because what I feel is that until unless we are the US and UK markets, Europe markets picks up, the exports will not get the kind of stimulus they need. It will still be down at the begging bowl.
Okay. One of the other recommendations of industry really has been that provide export incentives to textile on par with agriculture, and at least till 2010. Is this the view of the Textile Ministry? Do you think that there is a case to treat textiles on par with agriculture, at least temporarily, till 2010 as industry is demanding?
See, the industry has made such demands. We are also trying to reflect it, but the Finance Ministry is considering it. But there still needs to be a lot of work done. I don't think we can expect much at this moment.
So we should not expect much by way of fiscal sops or fiscal stimulus in Budget 09, sir, because of the fiscal constraints the government is facing.
Shereen, let me put it this way. This is not a new government. The same Finance Minister put this budget. It was a very good budget with a lot of incentives in February. And he wanted to come back after 6 months, not even 6 months, 4 months, and redo it. Let's be very frank here that there are limitations for the Finance Minister. I don't think he has an open-ended ticket for him to do whatever flexibilities or give a lot of incentives whenever possible. He just did it 4 months back.
So one should taper expectations.
Yes,
the textile industry should taper its expectations in Budget 09.
No, it's not only textile industry.
Yeah.
It's across the board. One thing, do understand that you can't expect Mr. Pranab Mukherjee come and say, okay, listen, we just got a perfect mandate from the people. Yes, everything, I'm going to write a check for every one of you take. It is not possible. Because basically he has financial limitations. And he is going to try to accommodate all the industry's demands within that. And we have to prioritize, because we have to prioritize, because there are 100 in the wish list.
Absolutely.
And you expect the Finance Minister to give all the 100? No way. I know that we have prioritized first 1 to 10, which can be considered in the interim budget. So we feel that the interim budget, he will be able to allocate some. And definitely, whatever is not done here, this government has got a term of 5 years. And moreover, as I said, we will have to study the industry, how the industry is able to survive the September thing, how it is able to do it.
So and September, to your mind, will be a crucial period.
The third and the fourth quarter of this year are very, very crucial for this industry, because that's when we get our Christmas orders. So if this industry is able to survive past that, then we are all happy. We are all crossing our fingers. So if it doesn't happen, then we have to do something for the industry. How to make them sure they sustain.
So you're saying that maybe a large stimulus, if required, will be done post-September or closer to December on the back of the inputs, on the back of the sense that you actually get from the industry post the Christmas orders, etc.
Yes, definitely.
So till September, it's wait and watch.
Yeah, we have to. I'm saying this is what we have to do, because right now we have no choice. I'm saying our choices are very limited for consider exports. But simultaneously, I'm saying that when keeping that in mind, we should also look forward to what else can we do. So we're not going to sit here and like a sitting ducks and say, okay, it's gone. We have to say, I'm trying to guide the industry simultaneously. Let's look east. I want them to look beyond this, beyond
What are you going to do about that, sir? Are we going to see road shows? What are we going to actually see? Because, you actually were very, very successful in drawing investments into the telecom sector when you were actually handling the telecom ministry. What are you actually going to do to invite FDI into the sector? I know the JCPenney's and the Walmarts have been looking at India, have been sourcing significant quantities from India. How are you actually going to bring more FDI into the sector?
This is the same mantra. The same mantra I use for telecom. I never asked anyone to do me a favor to India. All I asked them is, come, invest your money here, make your money, sell, because we have a 1 billion population. Do understand, we have the biggest market in the world.
So is Dayanidhi Maran going to now embark on a Made in India roadshow across the East to start with?
Definitely, Shereen. I'm saying is that we have to do that. We have to do that. I'm saying is, there are certain 4-7 countries which we feel are ready to invest in India, because we have to encourage and give them a climate. So one thing is this, unless you pick up my mantra is, you are not able to sell in your country. Why don't you come and manufacture in our country and sell in our own country?
What is the sense that you're getting, sir? Have you had a conversation with any of the global players so far?
At this moment, let me say that I've just initiated the talks. What I'm saying is this, after the budget, we will be doing a lot of road shows and trying to meet a lot of people. And I'm thinking that it is another 8 months is what we have to do the seeding work. So I think I will start seeding from after the budget, and definitely hope how the market reacts.
Okay. I want to talk to you about the 100-day agenda, which you unveiled just about 24 hours ago, and that, of course, is the long-term vision as far as, or the 5-year vision really, as far outlays the 5-year vision as far as the textile ministry is concerned. The talk about integrated textile parks and so on and so forth, enlarging the tough scheme. What to your mind is really at the heart of this 100-day agenda, and how hopeful and confident are you that you're going to be able to implement what you've outlined in that 100-day agenda?
Basically the 100 days agenda, we are very, very clear that we start with the team. Because basically we want to make sure the team is get much more skill development fund and a good training process method for the textile department itself. So senior officials get trained and their targets are set. So we are trying to get into the business mode, and we are going to set up a system to self-assess where we can MIs for every week of what is happening, whatever the key flagship programs of this ministry. And of course, I also want to set a policy for the national fiber policy. We had a national textile policy in 2000, but is it relevant and matching the present demands and needs of the manufacturers? It is not.
Are you surprised by just how difficult it is going to be to put this national fiber policy together? You have had vested interest for years and years in this country as far as the fiber policy is concerned. How confident are you that you're actually going to be able to produce a neutral national fiber policy?
Let me say, it was easy in telecom, very difficult because it's got 200 years legacy, and I said that earlier. But one thing is, I've told the industry, if you want something, get together. I'm here to help them. I'm here. Actually, if you really look at the way it is, if you ask the cotton manufacturer or producer, he wants cotton exports, and he doesn't want yarn to be exported. Or textile. If you ask
That's exactly my point.
If you ask the yarn manufacturer, he said, let's allow only yarn export, do not allow cotton. If you ask the garment manufacturer, he said, why do you want to let yarn and cotton be exported? There's no value. We'll add value. Only government.
So will the national fiber policy then be a non-starter?
See, basically, no. See, at the end of the day, it is time has come. See, sometimes we have to put the foot down.
And crack the whip? Are you going to crack the whip and actually get industry to toe the line?
But one thing is this, see, I do not intend to be rude, but I intend to get their cooperation. So in fact, I want to form the group, the council, which consists of every representative of the industry, and saying, listen, you want to be here, be here. Whether, and we get the consensus. And after you get the consensus, this is for the government of India to get on it. Because today I'm seeing that each one, see, we have to have value addition. There's no point just exporting raw cotton or yarn. Today we export cotton to China, and they make much more, they add more value, and they dominate the market. And what are we here? I think we have to look into it, and we have to ensure that a consensus is reached by the end of the year. I'm very clear that I'm going to bulldoze it.
A consensus by the end of the year on the national fiber policy.
Yes.
All right. Okay, the other thing that you've actually spoken about, and you've started off with 2 textile parks that you hope to actually
within the 100 days.
Within the 100 days. What is the 5-year target that you're actually looking at?
Basically, I think we have set up a target for another 12 more, which will be done after the process. It's going to go to the EFCs. See, basically, we want also the economy to pick up. See, if you have this textile integrated parks to come up, the investment to come up, no one is going to invest when the industry is in the doldrums.
But are these textile parks going to be, in that sense, hubs for foreign direct investment?
See, definitely it's one of my strategy to do that. I'm also talking, see, when I get good foreign direct investments, and definitely state governments will be interested in attracting them, because they are going to generate a lot of employment. Because any of this textile industry which I'm talking about, I ask new people who are the masters in this sector to come and invest in India. You be it JCPenney's or be it Marks and Spencer's or be it anyone or be it Walmart or anyone, and if they're going to come and set it up, they want to have a low cost. And they add more, they're going to generate employments on the thousands. I'm sure that I'll be able to do that with the help of the state governments.
By giving more incentives as well, obviously.
It's for the state governments to do it.
To decide, Okay. You spoke about employment. You've set a target of creating 2 million jobs every year. Given the situation at this point in time, how realistic is that target? And a question really on what is the real figure in terms of actual job losses on account of the downturn? Because there's all sorts of figures doing the rounds. What is the official figure?
See, basically, we have not got any official figure, but one thing is this: because of the slowdown, it is common sense that a lot of mills have been closed. We know that for sure, that every state, mostly the states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat, are the major contributors in the textile industry. Gujarat has been predominantly supplying for the domestic market. So if you see Gujarat, there's not much mills closed there, because they are only supplying for the, that two are different kind of fibers. But if you see Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, you can see some of the mills closed down because they are doing for the export market. And but numbers are not yet derived from the Labour Ministry, because basically but Labour Ministry, the message has come that there's marginal increase, very marginal. But I'm not going to get very hyper about it, because it's not something, numbers which are not so effective to make a noise now.
Sure. NTC mills, you've also spoken about operationalizing some of them on an urgent basis. You've spelled that out in the 100-day agenda. Give me a sense of what we can actually see.
See, basically, I think we are going to open about 6 mills at this in the next 100 days, which are already been. This is the process. Because of the election, they were not really done it. I think it was a mandate given to the ministry by the empowered GM that sell the land, water land, upgrade the existing machineries, and try to do it. And we are doing it in Mumbai and Tamil Nadu, which are been traditional. These mills have been has been a legacy, which has been taken over by the nationalization of the mills.
Right.
But in the future, I'm saying is we are also saying that, if you really ask, government should not be in the business of doing it, but government should be more in the act of policy making or getting news segments. I also have a focus agenda of trying to say the NTC mills in the future should look into technical textiles, which is we are really lagging. And we have nothing there, because I never knew diapers form part of the technical textile. And I was really
and also a high margin business in that sense.
Definitely. And the thing is, if you see, sanitary napkins and diapers are the big money spinners in this country, and also the hospital garments. You know that the beds, the cotton-based thing, and the mask. So I'm really pushing the Indian NTC to look into it, whether they can try to get to procure the raw material and start, because they are high margins and which we are importing.
One quick question as far as labour reforms are concerned. This has been something on the policy front that the textile industry has been asking for many years. Can we expect any forward movement?
Yeah, definitely, I will take that effort, but it's a long term. Do understand that is the most complicated part agenda in my which I've said. Yes, the problem what the industry asks is during the time of Christmas, they have huge orders and they want to have contract labor. So but at the same time, what if they ask unions? Unions say, please let us not get abused. Okay, we have a job for 3 months. After these guys are going to just drop us like hot potatoes, what we do. See, there's a concern in both the sector, and there are wrongs and rights in both the sector. So we will have to discuss with the Labour Ministry, because this is a social issue.
Is it going to be something that is going to be looked at on a priority basis by you and your ministry?
See, definitely. See, one thing is, I'm going to take it a priority, because I want to talk to, see, how to big laws. See, sometimes our laws also have to change, but ensure that we don't...
some sort of a safety net.
Safety net is there for them, because basically today we are guaranteeing them 100 days employment. Do understand that these guys come and tell me that See, we're not able to get good laborers because everyone is going to the NREGA, and they're getting about 100 rupees now. They don't even want to come this side. See, sometimes, as we evolve and we change, we have to make sure that we also change our laws, and laws are meant to be changed.
All right, one final question. I know I'm not going to be able to get any specifics from you as far as the budget is concerned, but should the industry really be prepared for steps that are revenue neutral as far as budget 09 is concerned?
Efforts are being taken, and at this moment I'm sure that not only revenue neutral, which is very important there, is also ensure that all our long backlogs which are also there needed for the industry. We are given a holistic picture. The finance minister is very positive. Good news will come on 6th.
Good news will come on the 6th.
Yes.
Dayanidhi Maran, thank you very much for speaking to us on CNBC TV 18, and we wish you the very best of luck with the Textile Ministry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.